There we go. It is probably going to start raining, but that's a good thing. So I'm just going to be calm until it starts to rain, and then I might move. Who knows? I might just stay in the rain. It's pretty hot today. So I think it would be pretty nice. There we go. Is that to switch my view? No friends just yet, but soon enough. And there's going to be some people joining me here today. You can probably see all of the clouds behind me starting to gather up. You're gonna hear some wind, you're gonna hear some lightning rumbles. Ooh. Let's see how long I can stream for until I have to move. I don't know how I'm supposed to roll like this. Oh my! It's even shaking the camera. Oh. Okay. Yeah, the rain is serious. It's not joking about. I don't even know how the wind noise must sound right now. I'm sorry if you're being subject to a horrible wind noise. But I've made a commitment. I'm streaming every single day. Papa, kan op asseblief nie hierso video's kyk. Ek kan op hoor van hier af so, hulle kan op ook hoor van hier af. There we go. Yeah, I don't think this wind is gonna let up, but I'm never one to shy away from a challenge. So let's see if I can look at that. Let's see if I can handle this wind at my backside. If I was running right now, this wind would have helped me a lot, but it's not the case. It's not the case. Today is day 5, I think. Let me actually check. It's day 6. Oh no. I think I might have said day 5 on my stream itself. Oh well, I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'll just have to save it the correct way on my YouTube channel. There we go. The wind is giving me a chance. The wind is giving me a chance. It's a little bit calmer now as well. Any of you have any questions? Where are you from? How's your day been? Are you healthy? Is your family healthy? How's everybody today? Hope you're well. I'm doing pretty well. I've been feeling a little bit weird lately. Like I've been... What's the word? I don't know. I just feel like there's information hidden from me. If that makes any sense. Too windy to roll. No, it's not. I'm winning. Look, I'm winning. The wind has given me a chance just to finish up real quick. Let's hope we can finish our stream today. And then it starts to rain right here where I was thinking. But only after I finish. Ooh-wee. It's shaking my whole camera even. Look at that. Ooh. It is very windy behind me. But I've won. That will be there. We do need rain, so I am very grateful for anything that we might get. I'm not gonna complain for a single second. Even though it is getting hectic. Oh, it's gonna rain out, guys. I'll probably go and sit under the patio if it does start to rain. Too extremely. I don't even know how the audio must sound right now, but I am sorry. Like, there's not much I can do about the wind. GB, Mother Nature. Nicely done. Thank you very much, friend. Light it up. I'll light it up before it starts to rain, I promise, but it's not full yet. Look, it's still empty. Well, not completely empty, but it's not full enough. It's not full enough. There we go. Let's fix it up a little bit. I'm so sorry about the wind noise. I've tried to mitigate it a little bit. I have like these mini dead mouses, or dead cats, I'll say. Oh, I can literally feel the vibrations of the lightning on the floor. I've never actually experienced something like that. That's quite surreal. Do you know I swallow? You almost got me, but you didn't. You didn't get me, Mr. Tap. It was close. It was close. Oh shit! Oh, the wind. Oh, the wind. I'm so sorry. Like, I think you can still hear me, fortunately. I do believe you can hear me. My bad, I was feeling pressure from the weather. That is a nice J in the wind, impressive, good for you. Thank you for approving. I believe we are supposed to have these challenges in life because it's only when we are challenged that we can truly prove ourselves, right? Nobody has ever proven themselves while not being challenged by something or someone. So, as long as we're aware that life is just about a bunch of challenges and it's about how we respond to those challenges, that is the real crux of the problem, then it'll be fine, yo. We just have to recognize that things aren't as bad as we sometimes tell ourselves they are. Because I kind of saw the rain clouds coming along, and I was thinking to myself, like, oh no, my stream, oh, I want to stream every day, I have a spot I want to stream in. And I was getting myself a little bit down. Not like down, like, ooh, we're getting a lot of rain tonight, it seems. All of the rain is coming down tonight. I just hope our power stays, because that's also something that happens, unfortunately. When it gets really soggy, the power will just be like, oh wait, I'ma head out. So let's hope that won't be the case. You gonna try again? It didn't work the first time. You think it's gonna work the second time? Freaking. Oh, here it comes. I think I see the rain. Here it comes. I need to quickly light this. Oh no. Okay. Let me not tempt fate. Ah! Oh, it's coming. Look at the rain. Listen to the rain. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Woo! Look at it. Oh, it's raining. Oh no. Wait a second. Okay, so we're gonna have to go and venture back out into the rain because I need my stones. Oh no. I need to clean my screens. It's full of water. Oh, I need to go again. Let's go. Never defeated. Never ever defeated. Okay, so I have a little bit of an arbitrary. Yo, it's coming down. I have a little bit of an arbitrary way of mounting my cameras. I want to go and get that piece of stuff. You know what? I'm gonna leave you here. See if I can. Ook op my pas. I have a wonderful brother helping me. Thank you very much. There we go. Woo. Okay, we're dry, kind of dry. Yo. I might lose connection, but yeah, we can't find the internet. Is het nog op?
Ja.
Oh well, you win some, you lose some. There we go. A little bit of rain is going to stop us. So, this is the second time I'm streaming because my previous stream kind of rained out a little bit. Probably have to switch this camera. There we go, and I'm back. Luckily, we have a little modem that can connect to cell phone towers because our power did end up going out and therefore our Wi-Fi dropped with it. But fortunately, fortunately, I have more resources. Yo, that's beautiful. Mother Nature is a really fantastic and powerful beast. I have some debris and sticks in my hair from the wind sitting underneath that tree. Okay, so it's customary for me to smoke my first joint of the day on these live streams, but I've started to ask myself why it is I'm smoking before I smoke. So today I'm smoking to be grateful. That's why I'm smoking. I want to be grateful for the rain. I want to be grateful for you beautiful people watching me right now. And more than everything, I want to be grateful for the beautiful lives that we get to live. Because even though there's a lot of hectic stuff happening in the world right now, the world and life is still profoundly beautiful. And as long as we remember that, and as long as we stay aware of that, there's not a lot that can get us down. So, to being grateful. Yeah, that's nice. To those of you who do smoke, I would recommend following the same rules that I started following, the 420 rules of only starting to smoke, at the end of your day, after you've, accomplished and have finished all of your chores and your goals. Because that way, like especially now since I've been doing it religiously, I feel like this has a little bit more weight to it. I'm not just smoking for the sake of smoking, I'm actually smoking as an end of day reward for the things that I've finished and the goals I've accomplished. I've started learning Blender, basically officially started learning Blender at the start of this year. And today I made my own coffee cup. It sounds so anticlimactic and so uninteresting, but I'm proud of myself, okay? I learned how to set the properties of it to be glass. I learned how to create liquid inside of it. I learned how to do surface tension. And as I learn, I like to kind of teach myself again. I'm asking myself what I did and why I'm doing it, and then I can repeat the steps in my head. And I failed to make that cup 3 times in a row. No, 2 times in a row, where I completely deleted it and started all over again. And then every time I started over again, I was more and more capable of doing everything that I wanted to do. But it's only 10:30 in South Africa. It really isn't, friend. It is 20 minutes past 4 right now. So technically I started a few minutes early, so you'll have to excuse my transgressions, but it is it is my smoking time now. It's technically officially 4:20, so now I can guilt-free smoke this joint. I demand a big, tight, long hug. You deserve a big, tight, long hug. You just have to come here, friend. You're probably a little bit far away from me right now, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult, just a smidge difficult for me to actually do that. Go on then. I will. I will. You don't have to tell me. I will. Yo, rain is so good for us right now. Like our grass has started to get a little bit dry. We do wet it ourselves, but it's just a little bit inefficient to do it that way. So, yo, this rain is absolutely amazing right now. I'm so grateful. My hair does get a little bit floofy when it rains, and I got some rainwater on it as well. So you're gonna have to excuse the mess. Woo-wee. You have any good questions to ask me? I really enjoy being asked good questions, especially the ones I have a difficult time answering, because it usually comes pretty simple to me to like right off the bat answer a question. So questions that kind of stop me from doing that are my favorite. Ooh. Oh. Hmm. So instead of bird sounds, today we have rain. I don't know how audible everything is and if you can actually properly hear me, but I do hope that you can. I do hope the rain isn't too deafening. Where are you? I am living in South Africa, friend. All the way in the middle of nowhere. On a farm. And I have so much space. I'm so grateful. You made it back. Welcome back. I did, friend. I did make it back. Our power did end up like dropping, and then with our power dropping, our internet dropped as well. But fortunately, we have a modem that uses a SIM card as well, so that one can connect to a cell tower. I think it just stopped raining. Like we have our gutter still dropping water, but I think the rain is gone. That's unfortunate. It was just a small little bout. Oh, but it came down. Oh yeah. Oh, it came down hard. Because I'm looking at our little rain catcher, and I'm pretty sure like there's more than 10 mil that just dropped in a few seconds. I'm not far. I'm in the same continent as you. I'm in Libya. Libya, dude. Ew. Libya is a miles away from me, friend. Like it comes back to the whole joke of I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more. I'll have to walk even more than that. Yo, I can't. I can't. You'll have to come to me or we have to meet each other halfway or something. Here's a question. What is one thing new you learned about yourself during lockdown? You see, that's a good question. Uh, During lockdown, I learned that I I both enjoy being social and being antisocial. Like I feel like I have the capacity to do both really well. Um, but unfortunately, when I'm in an isolated state, I feel like I'm not really the best I can be, if that makes any sense. I feel like I'm a little bit more. I'm just lesser. Like I smile less. I'm talking to myself less, which can be a good thing. Talking to other people less, obviously. And I'm more prone to procrastination and more prone to kind of. The people are flying helicopters right now. I hope they're safe. And more prone to just like wasting my time if I'm completely alone. Because I don't feel the need to like perform, if that makes any sense. And I guess that then I learned in that way that that might be a little bit of a bad aspect of my personality. But then again, we all have those bad parts, right? We just have to be aware of them and then actually grow towards bettering those bad aspects of our personalities. Does it rain a lot in South Africa? Not really. It doesn't rain that much here in South Africa. We would love some more rain, and the country has been very dry over the last few, so we have actually been getting a lot more rain this year, which I'm very, very grateful for. But even more won't hurt. I think it's just like lightly dripping now. Yeah. Like I'm not even catching a single drop. I'm catching drops with this just dripping off of the roof. But I'm not catching drops with my fingers. Hmm. Well, I was talking about rain yesterday as well, and how I was wishing for rain. So now I got it. I have nothing to complain about. I don't feel comfortable in a chair. I feel like I'm locked in. Crazy person. Fork plus electricity equals my life. Friend, if you were making a suicide joke, I don't think I'm even allowed to use that word, but please don't. It's never worth it, because by doing something like that, instead of stopping the possibility for you to ever fail, you basically guarantee it. And life, because I was there as well, life is very beautiful. And even though I was in that state of mind as well, and I completely understand what it's like to feel that way and to be that way and to try the things that's associated with that state of mind, like offing yourself. I'm so grateful to be alive. And I think back about that time of my life where I was very depressed, where because of my depression, didn't have social motivation. I had a hard time talking to people. I had a hard time relating to people. And I also believe that people were in a way out to get me, or the opposite. They were actively trying to avoid me. And I just had this state of mind that, and I know this is a state of mind that's very common in depression. I had this state of mind that even if I were to die, nobody would care. Not my parents, not my family. Like, nobody would really care. People would be at my funeral, like shedding a few tears, and then they would just go on with their lives like nothing ever happened. And I kept repeating that like thought so many times in my head that it became so destructive, and I started believing it, because we do believe the things we tell ourselves. And this was during the time I had my attempts. And after I failed twice, I started realizing that maybe there is a reason for me to be alive. And it made me so passionate to find that reason and to pursue what it is I'm supposed to be pursuing, to find my life path, to find that strength I know I have within me, because that strength is what pulled me through all of those bad times at the end of the day. Let me scroll down just a little bit. How big is your farm and what do you grow? It's about 200 hectares. I don't know if you know like the unit of measurement of hectares, but an hectare is 100 by 100 meters. So 200 of those. And at the moment we used to grow corn and like stuff like that, but we're only like farming with cattle at the moment, because it is quite resource intensive to plant stuff in the ground. You have to buy seed, you have to buy fertilizers, you have to buy poisons for pesticides, and then poisons for insects. So both of those pesticides, aren't they? Oh, so pesticides, and there's another word. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but stuff to kill the weeds. And all of that stuff is like upfront cost. You have to kind of drop the money before you see any of it. and it becomes resource intensive. And then, if you don't get adequate rain, or you get like a worm problem, or this or that, or there's so many variables, you can land up in a lot of debt, and that's not very efficient. Heard that the artist Rod Rodriguez is huge in South Africa and is not really known in the US. Do you know about this? I have no idea who that is, friend. I was hoping you would say something else, but no, I'm very unfamiliar with that name. But if he's doing well in South Africa, great for him. Like, more power to him. Because if like okay, let me just say this before I talk about this. People have this mentality of it's like someone wins and then some other one loses, or if I win, other people need to lose. It's not like that at all. In fact, I believe, and I honestly believe this is to be true, we all win if we all win. So instead of trying to step on each other, trying to get to this top that doesn't really exist, we need to start working together and like raising ourselves together, building the bridge over the big river, or together climbing the mountain, helping each other up along the way. That that is the true way to make like this world a better place. And I believe that's the true way that you can gain wealth in your life as well. Instead of trying to hurt people or to try to take from other people, we need to give people and like try and help people out of this horrible, like almost like cycle that we've gotten caught in it actually. And on top of us getting caught in it, more people are being pushed into it right now with this epidemic, with the lockdown, with the lack of jobs. There's more and more people going down right now in the social economic ladder, and that makes me very sad because it's not their fault. Like, this virus is hurting this planet a lot more economically and on a human level, like a human emotion and human perception of reality level, than it's hurting people on a physical health level. Because we have like this lack of masks, we can't see each other's faces, and I'm not an anti-masker by any means. I wear my mask into town, but like I'm just commenting on the fact that it takes away an aspect of being human, because the way that we talk with each other, the way that we smile about things or are angry about things, the way we say things, our facial expressions. If you don't see half of my face while I'm talking, it's a little bit hard for you to like. Unless I'm talking with my eyebrows, it's hard for you to see exactly what it is I'm saying, and it like it depersonalizes people to each other. We see each other as these virus threats more than we see them as people, and maybe that's the point of this whole thing, or maybe we're just scared of getting sick and scared of getting the people we love sick at home, especially our elderly. It's a really difficult situation, but I believe, and I honestly believe, we will all get through this and be better for it at the end of the day. I do believe that. I need to read some questions. Another question and a compliment. Does it hurt you being that kind and handsome and lovely? That is a good question, and thank you very much for the compliment. And I don't think it has hurt me, but honestly, I do believe it has made some things more difficult, uh, especially in relationships. Because when I'm in a relationship, I'm 100% committed and loyal to a fault, and I'm so giving and I'm so loving that it sometimes overwhelms my relationships. And in turn, like the women I've been with tell me stuff like they don't feel worthy of me, or they think I'll get bored with them, or they think they're not the right person for me. And in that way, it has hurt me because I want to do nothing but love another person, and then they have a problem within themselves, like a comparative problem, or looking at me and or seeing something that I'm not seeing, or I don't know what it is. But in that way, it can hurt, and it's like one of those third world problems sort of things. I do believe I've been given this body, and I've been given this spirit, and I've been given this soul for a reason. and I'm going to have to do good things on this planet for that reason. And I want to give back every single thing that I was given. All of this potential, like all of this love, I have to give. I have to give it. I have to give it. And I've learned, like, there's this book called The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. And it goes into explaining how our world is a contrast between the masculine and the feminine, like darkness and light, positive or negative, uh, like gravity or the lack of. Like there's always this positive and negative effect. And it goes into explaining how there are these positive and negative effects in our social situations, in our relationships, and how there's these different stages of being a man. Where, as a first stage man, you're trying to earn money for yourself and for personal reasons. I want a good car, I want this house, I. Then, once the first stage man kind of developed all of these things he needed for himself, that there's room for him to grow into the second stage man. Second stage man thinks about family, thinks about the security of his loved ones. And because of that, he works towards earning an income for his family, for his loved ones. And then there's the third stage man. And a third stage man wants to earn money and like better himself for the whole world and for everybody involved, everybody on the world. And it is recognizing within yourself at what stage you are and then striving towards becoming the best you can be in any of those stages, I should say, rather. So I believe, because of the information I've been given, that I've already went through my first stage man-ness. um like I think I'm like 2.5 right now. So I know that I'm working right now like towards a goal so that I can provide for my family and for my loved ones. And that's like my strongest driving factor. But with the like the direction I decided to take in my life, I've also decided that in my pursuit to provide a good life for my loved ones and for my family, I'm going to do it in a way that benefits the whole. Like I want to create like sustainable cities, and I have a very good idea of how to do that. I'm just going to need a lot of income, and what I'm doing right now, I'm starting to learn like the skill set I need to realize the dreams that I have, and it makes me emotional to think about that growth process. And I hope, and that was a long tangent. I hope that I can inspire others to do the same. You can always gooi a lekker braai, even if it's raining. It's true, we can always gooi a lekker braai, but I think it's a little bit too early to braai right now. It's actually my turn to cook tonight, so I'll have to gooi a braai, as they say, but I'll get there when I get there. Just give me a second while I think about some things, and then I'll read some comments again. There we go. Sugar Man. I am not the sugar man, and I actually don't partake in sugar. Not anymore, I guess. Bro, what? Rodriguez is massive here. There was even that documentary. I'm not saying he isn't massive here in South Africa. I'm just saying I don't know him. I don't know him, dude. Memento mori. Memento mori, friend. Remember death. And I think it's very healthy for us as humans to actually confront death and to think about it sometimes. Like there's like a lot of people have this like negative connotation with the idea of dying, and they're even scared of it a lot of the times. So, like, I'm not a medical professional, and all of the advice I give, I'm just giving out of personal experience, and I want that to be clear. But going and googling just the word death and looking at it and seeing some like bones and seeing like stuff decaying, if you come to terms with what that reality is and You understand that that is not something to be feared, and it's not something that's actually scary. It's just a part of life, like everything else is. Like, and I also have this belief, like our universe upholds, nothing. Even though technically the universe is tending towards atrophy, but it still created everything so that there wasn't nothing, even though it is atrophying, right? So I believe just as you don't remember the experience of what it was before you were born, you can't remember the experience of what it is because after you die, because there is no lack of experience. There's always going to be something happening in that space as soon as it's happening. And I've had the privilege of experiencing, that state myself. And I'm saying privilege because I survived it. Some like I drowned as a kid as well. So I've been, in my opinion, to what I think is the afterlife a few times, and every time there's such a sense of familiarity. You recognize where it is you are at that point in your existence, and when you come back, you realize just how much there is to be grateful for in this universe. So much beauty, so much potential, so much, like there's just so much. There's just so much. And when you realize that you can partake of some and abstain from other, you give yourself this power over experience and over life that is very, it's empowering. You feel like, okay, so for example, if I like keep quiet right now and I just listen, I can hear like the dripping of our gutter, and I can hear some bugs in the background, and I can hear these little birds, and I can hear a bird there far away. And at any point, you can decide to focus, to like laser focus on only one sound. And you can also look at where that sound is coming from. And that is you like having full control, full control over your experience and over your perspective. So if I'm going to go and walk up to a wall and put my face right up against it and look only at the wall versus turning around and like at the other side of the wall, let's say in a weird world, there is this beautiful nature scenery. That is me actively choosing to have one perspective or the other. And it's sometimes hard to believe it, and it's sometimes hard to come to terms with how you do that, but it's like that in our emotional experiences as well. Sometimes we feel bad because of a perspective that we've taken for ourselves. And we have to be aware of those perspectives. Yeah, searching for Sugar Man. That's where I discovered the story about a lost album taking a hold of SA while he was literally homeless in the US. Hmm. I'll go and check Sugar Man. I'm probably, yeah, search for Sugar Man. I'll go and check it out. It sounds very intriguing. I love stories how people go from having absolutely nothing to making the successes of their lives that they knew they always could. Because it just shows me that it's the same, it's like literally the exact same thing for every one of us. We have so much potential, and I believe we can do so much in this world that we just have to kind of go and do it. And as long as we keep doing it, eventually we'll attract the right stuff into our lives. Express agent, hello to you as well, friend. Where are you from? Is it cold there right now? Is it raining as well? Can you hear any birds? Do you have a beautiful view? Tell me about your experience. No, friend. Mr. Dave, no. It's been a long time for me, friend. It's been a long time. But with reason, and I'm content with it as well. I'm not too worried. I believe that everything comes in due time. We just have to be patient. I've started doing these breathing exercises, and it's called the Wim Hof Breathing Exercise. And if you know who Wim Hof is, he's this he's this guy that can like stay in ice for very long. He's just a hardcore dude, and he has this breathing exercise where you breathe in deeply 30 times. You know what? Let's actually do it. I've never done this before with the breathing exercise, but I'm curious. So, to those of you who are watching up to this point, like give it a try. Follow along with me. So, wow, it gives you so much calm. Interestingly enough, it comes back to the whole control thing. I feel so in control of when it is going to breathe again, and for how long I keep my breath, that I feel I feel kind of euphoric. You just have this sense of commitment, you know, like you're so active in this like thought that I'm doing this thing, and there's a reason that I'm doing it, and it feels good. It really feels good. So that's a breathing exercise to you asking, and it's one that I've started to incorporate into my life, and it feels good. It feels really good. This is the third time technically doing it as well, so I'm not that experienced, but it just gives me calm. Hmm. Like, give it a try. Give it a try if you want to. So, if you just want the stats of how you do that, you breathe in 30 times as deep as you can, and then expel, and then at your like 30th, like you can adjust it as well, like as you prefer, but try and hit the 30 mark. You blow out all of the air in your lungs, and then you leave it like that. You stop yourself, and then like that's the hardest part for me. I can hold my breath a lot better when I have lungs full of air. But then you blow out everything, and then you hold that for as long as you can, and then you breathe in twice. So you breathe in once, and then on your second breath, you hold it again. And then you try and hold that for as long as you can. Ideally 45 seconds, but as long as you can. And I've gone really long just holding my breath as well. And the longer you go, the the almost more like this is stronger, or this the more secure you feel in your capacity to take your next breath. And then as soon as you do, you take that next breath. It's kind of like this feeling of like yo, like rebirth. I think it might be a rebirth thing, because when we're born and we get encouraged, we take this first breath of life, and it's kind of what signifies the start of it, right? And technically, breathing oxidizes your entire body, so it kills you very slowly. Oxygen is technically the most deadly substance on the planet because it kills everything that breathes. Just over a long time period. So technically, it oxidizes us, but uh, depending on the food you eat, depending on the things you watch, I believe, depending on the chemistry you put into your body and you put out into the world, I believe you get different levels of oxidization. Also, depending on all of that stuff, you get different levels of inflammation. So obviously, if you have more inflammation in your body, you're going to be worse off for it. Love the vibe. Peace. Peace to you as well, friend. I hope you are well, and I hope you're going well, dude. Where are you? I'm living in South Africa, friend. I'm living in South Africa. It is it's a beautiful country, and every time someone asks me, I'm gonna say it's a beautiful country, and it's a prosperous country, and it's a country of wealth, and it's a country of happiness, and it's a country of commitment to each other, and it's a country of loyalty, and it's a country of divinity. This is all of the things I speak over South Africa, and that I hope South Africa realizes. So instead of talking about the negative aspects of our lives and the negative aspects of the things we have to experience, let's rather be conscious and speak about the good stuff in our lives and the stuff that we want. The I am that. Be very, very aware of what you say when you say I am. Because that's you saying something into the universe. Like that's I believe the same thing for your name. Every time you say your name, you're calling yourself into existence. Estian. Like that is you like creating this vibrational frequency that you identify with as a person. And it's very important how you say your name, why you say your name, and the feelings you have towards your own name. So the same thing goes for when you speak I am. Because when you say I am, you are like inviting, creating, manifesting, whatever you want to call it, into your life, the thing you're saying. I am abundant. I am happy. I am creative. I am loving. I am kind. You are speaking that energy over your being. And I believe, depending on your energy, so we can create energy fields around our bodies, and that energy field that we create, it's like it's visible in a way but not really. So you know how some people walk into a room and it can feel brighter, and there's instantly almost a new attitude in that room. That thing that's happening is that person has a vibe, right? Like a vibrational frequency. So depending on the vibrational frequency of your heart and of your being, you're creating energy for the people that you're interacting with. And if you have a positive vibrational frequency, you're lifting people up with you, and you're creating an environment where everybody can benefit. Like nobody has ever felt like, oh no, not this guy again. Like when someone brings happiness and compliments and love and like just shows you that they're actually there for you. I've recently like I've just give me a second. I've recently realized how important just listening to people actually is, because it feels It feels like, well, it doesn't just feel like that, it is that way. Everybody are always talking about themselves. And unfortunately, that is kind of the way the universe is. But it feels so, it's something we've become so used to that it feels almost natural in our conversations. Like, I talk about myself. Oh, I understand the thing you said. I talk about myself. Da 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 da. And sometimes we're just trying to be relatable, of course, but very rarely do someone just quietly listen. If he responds, he says, "Oh, I understand," or "Yes," or but then quiet again and then listens again. And people need that. People really need that. And technically that's why psychologists make money as well, because that's exactly what they are. But I just wish that we would be more aware, like, about that fact. It comes back to like one of the Stoic sayings. I think it was Socrates, where he says, "We were given two ears and one mouth, so we may listen twice as much as we speak." And it's a pretty good thing to remember. It also helps to have stereo sound so we can position ourselves and the things in our environment, but I still think it's true. Looks beautiful. Thanks for sharing. I think I like South Africa. Your pod uh, of energy and your dimples. Oh, positive energy and your dimples. I'm happy you like the dimples, and I'm happy you enjoyed the positive energy. Please, if I can ask this of you, take the positive energy that you've received from me and go and give it back. Give it to someone that you love. Give it to someone that you don't love. Give it to someone that you don't know. If you can be kind and love people for no reason, you're going to be on the right path in your life. I can guarantee you that. Man, I'm kind of thirsty. I'll be right back. I'm going to get my cup. Uh, that is blissful. Welcome, new viewers. Thank you so much for joining me in the last moments of this stream. It's not going to last that much longer. But if you have any good questions to ask, I'm always willing to answer them. But while I wait, I'm going to light this. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I'm always curious about the people that watch these streams. Because every time I watch, they're like, oh, I see the viewer number. I imagine each and every one of you sitting here together with me, having conversations with me. Do you grow your own bud? I do, friend. I do grow my own bud. But we have like regulations that we have to follow in South Africa. Like, you can't overdo it. You can't grow like 10,000 plants and say it's for personal use. uh, Unfortunately. I think I interrupted myself and forgot my point. That's okay. That happens. Oh, it's such a beautiful day. It's dripping again. I would love like a solid week worth of rain. Just a week. That would be amazing. We're gonna have to probably chill here for our streams for the next while then. But I guess that's not the end of the world. I actually kind of like this streaming setup. I might use it for a few more days. Who knows? Please give me a follow if you're interested in seeing any more of these streams. And if you've come this far from the start, like, wow, thank you. That's like amazing. Thank you for joining me for this long. Thank you for sharing the space with me for this long. I hope I only said things that made you feel better about the world, because that is my only goal for this world. you make those clothes yourself? Not yet, friend. Not yet. But it's in my plans to start making my own clothes. I think there's a very genuine aspect of creating your own clothing, and I do think it's good for us. I'm a big believer in wearing, eating, and drinking the stuff that you know where it comes from. I think it's a good, what's the word? It's a good reminder of things. We are more grateful for things when we know where they come from. Thanks for bringing some peace to my day. You're so welcome, friend. I'm happy that I could bring you some peace. Please go and share love with the rest of the world as well. I want to leave you, if you've come this far in the video, with a message, like I'm going to try and do every single day with the end of these streams. I think the message is be grateful. We always have something to be grateful for. And as long as we remember that fact, and as long as we try and look for the things to be grateful for, I believe we can live happy lives.